What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Josh, back with another haircut tutorial. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you guys subscribe and turn that notification bell on. Today we're going to be doing a high top fade with the Freeform dreads on top. Let's get it. So when your clients have a lot of hair on top, you want to make sure you pin it up with clips and or some type of rubber band. So after we've pinned the hair up, we want to go in and comb or brush the hair that we're going to be fading or fading into, so we can find the flow of the hair and make sure we have all the hair laying naturally. So once we have our canvas ready, the first thing we're going to do is go in and create our ball line. This is going to be the foundation of this fade. So depending on how high you set this line, that determines whether your fade is going to be like a drop fade, a high fade, a mid fade. But on him, we're going to be giving him a high fade, so we're not going to be keeping it too low. And right here, we're just cleaning up all the hair that we don't need and hitting the bottom of the line just to soften it up a little bit. Even though we're giving him a high fade, we dropped it in the back because the way his hair falls, this drop fade effect helps with fulfilling the overall look of the shape I'm trying to create in this haircut. So right after we're done setting in our ball line, I go in with my magic clips with the lever all the way open, going up about a ½ inch, keeping the width of the guideline the same all the way around the head. And right here in the back, he had a slight cowlick, so I had to turn the clippers upside down and to the side because the hair grew in different directions as it naturally does everywhere else. So once you're done setting in the guideline, you want to take your clipper and close the lever halfway, and you want to start up under the guideline and just flick up towards the guideline, making a C motion, because you don't want to actually go straight up because all it's going to do is push the guideline up. You kind of want to flick at it starting under the guideline. So right after we have that guideline blended out, I'm going to take my number 1 guard with the lever all the way open and go up about another ½ inch. Right here we get into the area where we're going to start blending into the bulk, and this is going to be our last guard that we use fading up. The rest of the way we're going to fade down, as you guys know, because we want to leave as much hair as possible. So right after going in with that number 1 guard all the way open, we're going to drop down and close it all the way and start up under this guideline and flick up to it just like we did in the first guideline that we took out. You're just doing a flick up motion and you're not going up as high as you did with the number 1 guard open, creating our transition. And right after this, we're going to drop down to our half guard, which is going to blend this line out all the way. So right here, as you guys see, we have the half guard on, and we're just going to be flicking at the bottom of this guideline. And the reason why we're flicking at the bottom is because we have this guideline mostly blended out, and the half guard was the last step. And as you guys can see, it's blending it right out. As I said, guys, to blend the rest of this out, we're going to be fading down. Right here, I'm starting with my number 3 guard, just clearing out some bulk and building a foundation to where we're going to fade from. So from the number 3 guard, we're going to fade down the rest of the way. Coming right behind our number 3 guard, I'm going to drop down to the number 2 guard with the lever all the way open. And when I go down to a smaller guard, I don't go up as high as I did with the previous guard because I'm making a transition. You can't make a transition if you're going in the same areas with different guard sizes, because all you're doing is knocking down that same area to whatever guard you're using. So when I do that, I want to make sure I just drop down every time I go in with a new guard. So you guys, while I was talking, I dropped down to the number 2 guard all the way closed. That's what I'm doing right now, getting ready to come behind it with the 1.5. Like I said, coming in with my 1.5, I came in with it all the way closed, and I'm just starting up under the guideline, flicking up to the guideline, softening it up to come back with the 1 guard all the way open. So you guys, right here we're going to be doing a lot of detail work. If you guys remember, we did 2 separate fading down processes The first one we started with the 1 guard open, and the second one we did with the number 3 guard fading down from there. And right here we're in the middle, where a lot of times it gets kind of choppy because we split up the different transitions, and right here I'm just connecting it. So you guys, we're done with the fade for now. Now we're going to work on the lineup, and right here I'm just knocking off some bulk so we can get his hair to lay down so we can have an easy lineup. So for this lineup, I'm going to be using my new green and black Petty Cuts Influencer Edition trimmers to get a sharp line today. I have a review on these trimmers coming soon, but for now let's see them take this cut up a notch. Y'all see we got that natural line looking good and sharp, but per client request, we're gonna add some enhancement fibers on this hairline to get it to pop a little bit more, and we're just getting started with this cut. Wait till the finished product. You guys, it is very important that after you apply hair fiber enhancement, that you line it up with the natural hairline and remove any excess fiber before adding any holding spray to ensure for a cleaner look. Right here we're going to be using our holding spray to lock in the enhancement so it doesn't go anywhere, and then we're going to come behind it with the blow dryer to just get it to dry down faster. Once I apply holding spray, I always come back and I line up any loose hairs on the hairline, and I also do it to ensure that I have a nice sharp ash line. But you always want to keep in mind you don't want to press down too hard because you may cut the skin. So right here we're going to take his hair down. We're not quite done yet, but since we did most of the fade and we have a nice line on it, once we take the hair down, we can step back and look at any spots that we need to fix in order to make sure we make this shape how we want it to look. And as you guys see, we're not using any guards. We're just doing clipper over comb, connecting the side into the bulk of the hair. I like using the clipper over comb method because I have more control, and I just feel like I get a better blend, and I don't want to push it up any higher than it already is. So right here, for the most part, I'm just focused on the shape and the blend of the fade. You guys, if you watched it up until this point, I really appreciate it. You guys see me transform this haircut from start to finish. But without further ado, this is the cut. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up, and make sure you guys leave a comment on what you think about this haircut. And if you guys new to my channel and you guys are not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel and turn that notification bell on so you can stay up to date on the next video. You guys also can follow me on Instagram at JoshXBarber, like you guys see on the top of this video. I hope you guys learned something from this video, and if you guys were just watching it just to watch, I hope you enjoyed it. It's your boy Josh, and I'm out.